The NFL has released their international schedule, their holiday schedule for 2023, and that means I'm going to predict each and every matchup. And here on the Bottom Line View, it might as well be a spoiler. So make sure to Gronk spike that like button and let me know in the comment section below which game you're most excited to watch this season. And also let me know your predictions for each one of these matchups. Let's waste no more time. Let's begin with a brand new NFL game, and that is the Black Friday matchup for the NFL. Yeah, that's right. The NFL is going to have a game on Black Friday. Weird seeing NFL on a Friday. I never thought it would happen. But the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins will match up in New Jersey in Week 12. And by this time, you would think that Aaron Rodgers will be full steam ahead with the New York Jets. They'll be hitting their stride as a football team. Aaron Rodgers will be used to his surroundings, his players around him offensively, and we know this defense can ball. They're at home. That rowdy crowd will be excited for the most talented team they've seen in years. I think they'll be fighting for a playoff spot, desperately needing a win here. So I'm going to take the Jets at home. I really feel like AFC East games this year are going to be decided by home field. And really, that could be it alone. But Aaron Rodgers should be able to do enough offensively. I think the Jets' running game could be key here. And then defensively, I love how they can get pressure, specifically with that crowd noise at home against maybe the weakness of the Miami team, that offensive line. And then Sauce Gardner and that secondary can pick on or pick off Tua a couple times to get them this victory. So I got the Jets in this matchup. Let's go with the score of 24-20, New York Jets. The next game is Christmas Day. Love the Christmas games. I really do. I'm not the big basketball Christmas guy. I'm a football guy all day long. And when it comes to Christmas, you got to have another New York team in there. And of course, Philadelphia. There is no fan base that loves Santa Claus more. So why not? Week 16, Philadelphia hosts Santa Claus. And the New York Giants with Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, and company. This will be a good game because I think the Giants will probably be fighting for a playoff spot in Week 16 with only a couple weeks to spare. And the Eagles will probably be comfortably in the playoffs, but looking for seeding. So I really like where this game is situated in the calendar. I'm going to go with the Eagles here. I can't not go with the Eagles after what we witnessed last year between these two teams. I would be irresponsible to go with the New York Giants in this game. So I'm going to take the Eagles to win this one pretty simply based on how they played last year. They blew them out a couple times. And I'm not sure the Giants have fixed enough. Now, I will say, they brought in the linebacker, right, to be able to deal with Jalen Hurts. They brought in a couple pieces up front in order to stop the run. But will Daniel Jones and this offense have enough to keep up on the scoreboard? I'm just not sure. So I'm going to say Philadelphia 30, Giants 20. Let's go with that. Next, New Year's Eve, the final holiday matchup in this video. Arguably the best matchup in this entire video. And I'm saying arguably just to keep it interesting, but I think this is the best matchup. You got New Year's Eve, Week 17. It's the Kingdom hosting Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty himself in Kansas City. This is going to be a great game. A great game. And obviously they only play once in the regular season. This could be a big determining game for who gets first seed in the AFC. And a lot of people were commenting under this one that this isn't going to matter because it's Week 17. Yeah, it's going to matter. It's going to matter. The Chiefs won't be running away with the AFC this year. The Bengals will be right in it. And then you could also argue that a team like the Ravens might be right on the heels of the Bengals. I don't really think the Chargers or the Raiders or the Broncos will be on the heels of the Chiefs. But I think for the Bengals, definitely will be the case. We've seen how the Bengals match up with the Chiefs in recent history. It's pretty well, right? They did lose the AFC Championship, but I would argue a lot of that had to do with the fact their offensive line was completely gone, right? They did not have any of their offensive line in that game pretty much. And that was the determining factor because they could not block them. They could not block Chris Jones and company. I'm going to go with the Bengals here. I think just based off history and what we've seen between these two teams, feels like the Bengals schematically match up very well with the Chiefs. They know how to slow down Mahomes on that side of the football. I think they've done some things at corner to match up. And then at the same time, I think they've shown offensively that they can move the football because when the Chiefs like to blitz or be aggressive and play man coverage, those receivers can really feast on those one-on-one matchups. So it's tough to go against the Chiefs at home for sure. I'd rather this be in Cincinnati if I was picking the Bengals, but I'm still going to pick the Bengals just because I feel like for the most part, they've come out on top in these matchups. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. Then next, we're looking at the international games. First, it is in Wembley Stadium in London. Week number 4, very early start in London this year. Jacksonville at Atlanta. Kind of weird to see Jacksonville not as the home team in one of these games, but I believe they play 2 at least. So the Atlanta Falcons will actually be hosting a London game this year as the home team. This is going to be good, though. I think this is going to be a really interesting game. I like this matchup. I feel like this is going to be a test for Jacksonville's defense to deal with the power running game of the Atlanta Falcons. We get to see Bijan Robinson in a little bit of a primetime game. They've got playmakers like Kyle Pitts and Drake London. It's a fascinating matchup. Then you've got Trevor Lawrence on the other side playing a defense that's got a lot of new pieces. I'm going to go with Jacksonville just because I think they're the better team. I think I trust their quarterback more. I trust their coach more. He's more experienced. Especially in these type of situations, Jacksonville's also very experienced in London and playing in these games, so they're used to that travel and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to go with Jacksonville here, but I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta pulled this one out. I think they're a better team than people give them credit for. Next, we've got the Tottenham game, week number 5. There's a couple in Tottenham, but we've got the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jags. Now, this is a back-to-back in London for Jacksonville. I'm fascinated to see how that works out. I'm fascinated to see if that actually is beneficial for Jacksonville, if going back-to-back, staying there, getting acclimated to the time zone and all that is going to help them. Or I wonder if, let's be honest, if those guys are going to be going out, partying a little bit, living it up in London, having a good time. I'm sure there'll be some of that, and I think there'll be a little bit of vacationing, and maybe by the time they get to week 2, they'll be a little exhausted. So that's kind of interesting. Also in the back of my mind, I keep thinking of that game where the Bills lost to like the worst team in the NFL, Jacksonville, 2 years ago, where they lost 9-6, and Josh Allen outperformed Josh Allen, the Jacksonville Josh Allen. This game will be absolutely fun, though. If you go to this game, I'm sure you'll have a really awesome time because I think the crowd will be great for it. The Mafia going to London, Josh Allen going to London, that's going to be great for those fans to see that just ability and that skill. I'm going to go with Buffalo, though. I kind of am buying the Jacksonville is going to be a little tired, a little, just too into the London vibe and maybe not ready to play in this game after winning the first game, maybe not taking it as serious. And I also feel like this is a big game. Like, I think Buffalo is going to rise to the occasion. Typically in the regular season, they have rose to the occasion in these big games and against these big AFC opponents. So I've got them winning this game in week number 5. After that, we have a matchup in Tottenham once again. Week number 6. 4, 5, 6. We've got Baltimore versus Tennessee. Always a feisty, tough matchup. Probably a different vibe completely from the Bills and the Jags. Jags and the Bills are probably more finesse, more aerial assault. I like how the NFL kind of did that. I wonder if that was in their mind. But got Lamar Jackson and obviously possibly Odell Beckham Jr. Hopefully he's still healthy by that point. And a really good Baltimore team taking on the Titans. I'm going to go with the Ravens. I just think they're the much better, more talented team. Despite Tennessee, playing them pretty well over the years, I think Vrabel will have a good plan here. I just really like the Ravens this year. I think they've got the weapons that a lot of teams have not had to deal with Lamar Jackson at the helm at quarterback, I think they can still run the ball. And then their defense, I think it's going to have enough size and run-stopping ability to slow down Derrick Henry and what the Titans want to do. So I'm going to go with the Ravens there. After that, we've got the Frankfurt, Germany games. Both are in Frankfurt, but I've got the Chiefs versus the Dolphins. Week number 9. This is a good game. This is potentially the Tyreek Hill revenge game, right? Tyreek Hill revenge game. I think a lot of people wanted to see that last year in the playoffs. I don't think they played last year in the regular season, so this will be a lot of fun. I could see this being an absolute 38-34 type of game. I just can see that in my mind. Both defenses maybe a little underrated on paper, but when it comes time for this game, as long as Tua is healthy, who knows by this point in the year, hopefully for Germany's sake. But this should be an absolute awesome game. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs just because I'm not going to be irresponsible and pick against them twice in the same video, because I think that would be outrageous. And then I'd also be giving both of probably my 2 of like 4 losses that I give them all year in the same video, which is probably not very fair. But honestly, this will be a really good game, and I could see Miami winning it. I think their weapons will give the Chiefs a lot of issues. I think Mahomes will have to keep up on the scoreboard. It'll be interesting to see if Miami maybe puts Jalen Ramsey on Travis Kelce, how that works out. But this should be a really good game between 2 offensive-minded guys at the head coaching spot and just electric players everywhere. So this should be fireworks in Germany. And then the final game in Germany and in this video is the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. Week 10 in Germany. Sebastian Vollmer on the call for the Patriots, of course. New England is the home team. New England, for the most part, pretty much owns the Indianapolis Colts. And Bill Belichick pretty much owns rookie quarterbacks. I think this should be a pretty comfortable win for the Patriots. I think this is a game where New England, professionalism, experience, especially in terms of coaching, Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick, they get the team prepared for this game, and they travel well. It's all business there. The Colts, rookie quarterback, right, and rookie coach. I don't think that's a good situation for them overall, and I just feel like this is a game where New England feasts defensively. Like, they get a pick 6, a couple big plays from the defense, and they dominate the day defensively, and then they pretty much glide to a victory. This is one of those classic New England wins. I'm going to say something like 27 to like 10. Something like that. Like pretty easy. Maybe 24-10. Something to that degree, but just an easy, big celebration. I know there's a ton of Patriots fans in Germany, so they'll enjoy that game for sure. I think the Patriots will take that one in a spot where they'll probably really need to win this game in week number 10. Heading down that stretch of the season and starting to build some momentum towards hopefully a potential playoff run for the Patriots. But, you know, a lot of people will say that they're not even close to making it. Thanks, guys, for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, Gronk spike the like button. Don't forget to let me know in the comments your predictions and also which game you're most pumped to see. I really like this schedule. I think it's fascinating, a lot of fun, and a lot of different matchups and different vibes from different games. I'll be covering the rest of the NFL schedule release tomorrow and the coming days once it comes out, and giving you my record predictions for every team, for every matchup within the next week or so. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Mitch. Peace.